The cracks in the crown, a facade of duty. For years, we've been told Prince William is the steady hand guiding the monarchy's future. But the carefully crafted image of a hard-working prince is starting to unravel. Behind the palace PR, we find not a man consumed by duty, but one doing the bare minimum to maintain the illusion. The numbers don't lie. The gap between the myth and the reality is now impossible to ignore. This isn't about a few quiet weeks. It's a pattern of entitlement, a belief that showing up occasionally is enough. The public is demanding facts, and those facts are proving damning for the heir to the throne. Let's take a closer look at the official ledger, the document that's supposed to track the daily grind of royal duty. Since August, Prince William's official workload amounts to just a handful of days' work spread out over 10 long weeks. The calendar is mostly empty, with only a few scattered events breaking up the monotony. The rest of the days, they're filled with vague, private meetings, entries that are impossible to verify, unaccountable to the public, and all too convenient for padding out what is otherwise a sparse schedule. These ambiguous blocks of time raise more questions than they answer. When William does step out, his public appearances are high-profile but noticeably low-effort. Think rugby matches, photo opportunities, and ceremonial events. These are moments designed for the cameras, not the hard behind-the-scenes work that monarchy is supposed to entail. William's so-called dialed-down approach to royal duty increasingly looks less like a quest for balance and more like simply switching off, leaving the real work to others. The nickname 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Prince didn't just appear out of thin air. It's a reflection of his noticeably short working hours, which have become a running joke among royal watchers and insiders alike. Meanwhile, Princess Anne regularly carries out a high number of engagements each year. She's often seen meeting people, attending events, and representing the crown. The contrast is clear. While William retreats behind closed doors and into privacy, others like Anne are left to pick up the slack and keep the royal machine running. Anne's consistent presence is a reminder that the monarchy's survival depends on visibility, connection, and a willingness to show up for the people, not just for the cameras. The public notices the difference, and so does the palace. The contrast is impossible to ignore, sparking conversations both inside and outside royal circles. The myth of the tireless heir is wearing thin, and with every empty page in the ledger, the questions about William's commitment only grow louder. Why don't we hear more about William's light workload? Because the palace PR machine is built to protect the image, not reveal the truth. Every photo, every statement is spun into a triumph of duty. The royal rota, journalists with privileged access, often act as palace mouthpieces, inflating minor acts into major achievements. William's minimal efforts are magnified, while real scrutiny is rare. High-profile events are staged to project global statesmanship, but the day-to-day work is missing. This cozy relationship between palace and press creates an accountability gap. Few dare question the official narrative for fear of losing access. The result? The public gets PR spin, not reality. The prince is shielded from scrutiny and the taxpayer foots the bill. It's a comfortable arrangement, except for those paying for it. While William perfects the art of the private meeting across the Atlantic, Harry and Meghan are building a life of purpose. Their Archewell Foundation is an engine for change, operating without taxpayer funding. Meghan's work, her podcast, productions and partnerships are platforms for real impact. Their results are tangible, their projects transparent. Meghan's work is measured by outcomes, not photo ops. Harry, too, is deeply involved in causes like the Invictus Games and mental health. Together, they show that service and relevance are earned, not inherited. Their work ethic is driven by passion, not tradition. They prove you can serve outside the monarchy's rigid confines. The contrast with William's approach couldn't be clearer. Relevance today is about action, not titles. Here's the infuriating double standard. Meghan is relentlessly attacked for working, for daring to have a voice, for stepping into the spotlight and trying to make a difference. She's criticised for building something of her own, for showing ambition and drive. Meanwhile, the very same media that heaps praise on William for his so-called dignified silence is quick to tear Meghan down for every sign of independence or initiative. Every move she makes is scrutinised, dissected, and often twisted into something negative, while William's inaction, his ability to simply exist quietly, is lauded as a sign of wisdom and virtue. The message is clear. A woman, especially a woman of colour who dares to take initiative, is seen as a threat to the established order. Her ambition is treated as something dangerous. But a man who coasts on inherited privilege, who simply maintains the status quo, is seen as a comfort, a safe pair of hands. This is misogyny and racism, all wrapped up in the traditions and pageantry of royalty, disguised as respect for the institution. The double standard doesn't just protect the monarchy, it actively punishes those who dare to challenge it, who try to bring about change or question the old ways. Meghan is held to impossible, ever-shifting standards. William to almost none at all. He is praised for what he is by birth, not for what he actually does or achieves. The system celebrates inherited privilege above all else and condemns those who earn their success through hard work and resilience. It's a stark, uncomfortable truth that demands to be acknowledged. Let's take a closer look at the flagship projects that define Prince William and the Sussexes. These initiatives are more than just headlines. They reveal the true priorities and approaches of their founders. William's Earthshot Prize is a glamorous, high-profile event filled with stirring speeches, dazzling lights, and a parade of celebrities. The atmosphere is electric, and the media coverage is extensive, but when it comes to real-world impact, the results are often difficult to quantify or trace. In many ways, it feels like a performance of concern, a carefully curated spectacle that prioritizes image and prestige over measurable, lasting change. Archewell, by contrast, operates as a continuous engine of support. It's not about a single night of celebration, but about building partnerships, funding grassroots initiatives, and delivering tangible aid where it's needed most, day after day. Archewell's results are visible and concrete. Relief centres established, thousands of meals served, and real lives improved through hands-on involvement and direct action. Earthshot is a top-down gesture, orchestrated from the heights of royalty. Archewell is bottom-up empowerment, rooted in the communities it serves and shaped by their needs. One is designed for the camera, with every moment staged for maximum effect. The other is designed for the community, with every effort focused on real people and real problems. One is funded by royal association and tradition. The other is powered by hard work, collaboration, and a genuine desire to make a difference. The difference is clear. A grand gesture that fades after the cameras stop rolling versus sustained impact that continues long after the headlines move on. William's project is like a beautifully wrapped box, impressive on the outside, but often empty within. Meghan's is a toolkit, practical and effective, that actually builds something lasting. Authentic leadership is measured by results, not just appearances. It's about rolling up your sleeves and working alongside those you aim to help. And now, the public is starting to notice the difference between projects that look good and those that do real good. This isn't just a family drama, it's a matter of public money. Millions are spent each year to maintain the royal lifestyle, with the expectation of public service in return. When the heir works only a few days in months, it's a question of value for money. The move to Forest Lodge signals even less public engagement. Are we funding a part-time king? In tough economic times, a prince living in luxury while doing little is a hard sell. The monarchy's justification is service. If that's lacking, the institution looks outdated. The public is noticing, especially younger generations who value action over titles. The cost isn't just financial. It's the monarchy's credibility at stake. The monarchy faces a choice: cling to privilege and PR, or embrace authentic leadership. William's path is paved with photo ops and empty gestures, a hollow crown. Meghan represents authenticity, building a legacy through action, not birthright. She connects through real engagement, not balcony waves. The palace made her the villain, but she's become the story's hero. Her success exposes the monarchy's resistance to change. The public is waking up to the difference between performance and reality. The future of the monarchy depends on which model it chooses, and right now it's clinging to the wrong one.
The submission itself sounds nice. And to my amazing and peculiar Sussex family, thank you all for watching our videos and tuning in to Daily Diaries Fridays update. Keep it light, keep it there, and see you next time in our next episode. Bye bye. May you have a good day and a good time. Keep shining. Bye bye.